This is set number 70803, Cloud Cuckoo Palace. This is a LEGO Movie themed set, ages 7 to 14, 197 pieces, includes 5 characters. If you want to call all of the minifigures, that's up to you. I will consider them minifigures, but ones that are actual minifigures, you would say 3. And this is released in 2014 and retails at $20. This is an excellent looking set from the LEGO Movie. Let's take a closer look. So here we have a look at the box art for the set. It has a lot of the standard LEGO Movie stuff on it. LEGO Movie in big letters, the film strips along the sides, the main action shown in front, and the characters shown on the bottom. Now on the bottom they only show 4 of the 5 characters in this set. So I don't know if the Snail counts, but apparently Unikitty does. And to prove it, she's shown on the bottom with the other minifigures, including all of their names: Unikitty, Emmett, Wildstyle, and Executron. On the back of the box, we get to see more of the film strip detail that, makes you know it's a movie-related set. It shows some of the features. Unikitty is not shown to accurate size to the minifigures. She's actually about their height, a little bit taller, actually. So I found that interesting, that as I looked back in the set, these two are actually much bigger than a lot of the other details. And we get to see some of the main actions of the set on the bottom, and some of the brick-built figures. The LEGO Movie is also shown on the bottom with the ESRB rating. It's actually E10 and up right now after the movie's release. We got one instruction booklet, and we got many, many bags to the set. Let me just bring those over. Those are the extra pieces. We got one large bag, one somewhat large bag, and then 2 smaller bags. Check out my building video for the specifics of what pieces go in where. We also have the small mold bag, as I call it, which holds the mold for Wildstyle's hood piece. Since it's a unique piece and it's flexible, it goes in a special bag. So let's talk about the instructions. We got the basic instruction format inside of here. It shows you how to build Cloud Cuckoo Palace, not Cloud Cuckoo Land. That would take a lot of sets. Now, I found it interesting that Unikitty is actually not part of the original parts of the set. She's actually built much later in this set. You just have to find the exact page, because she's not built right away. I know that, and you can also see that in the building video. Because I'm pretty sure it was sometime inside of the build. Oh, here it is. It was after you build the small flower catapult that you build Unikitty. So you actually do get a mini build before you build that figure, which I found kind of interesting. Because usually you build all the figures and small stuff before the set. Especially since Unikitty has less pieces than other figures and other things. So there we have the QR code on the bottom, and the same format that's shown for all the instructions in the LEGO Movie. This one includes the 2-in-1 section for some of the alternative builds, with the creative builds shown in the box art and the regular builds shown on top. We also get to see the superheroes lineup from 2013 as well as 2014 shown more in the front. So it's nice to see those details. Surprising though in the set, but I guess because Batman and Superman are mentioned in this movie. The movie video game is shown on this page with all of the systems, and the LEGO Club is there. We also get 2 pages for the piece count and the win section on the back. So now I have a look at all the different extra pieces in this set. First one we have is a yellow lever, very basic. The second one is a blue horn piece. This is also used as a mini drill in some sets. This is used for Unikitty, but I do like how we get an extra one. It gives us ideas for other uses. We get an extra pair of handcuffs. We get a 1x1 with a hole in the middle of it in white. So that provides some extra ideas for what you can use it with. We get a Technic pin. We get a little star piece with a pin in the middle, or ability to fit a pin in. We get a couple of 1x1s without studs on them. Some of them are in white. We got another one in white with an eye as a detail. We got one in pink. We have one in translucent yellow. And we also, that's it, actually, for the ones without studs. The ones with studs, we get it in translucent blue, kind of a light blue, maybe turquoise color. We get translucent green. We get it in translucent orange, translucent red, and this very odd green color, which is actually really nice in this set. Not too often do we see it like that, but we do see it sometimes in the Friends line. We got a couple of 1x1s. First one being this another odd looking color, but still very nice. I can't place the name of it, but I know it's a shade of blue. Then we just get a white 1x1 and this offset yellow 1x1. Again, I like a lot of the colors in this set. Very unique ones, but we'll get more into that later. We also get some of the 1x1 cheese wedge pieces. We get two of them, one in red and one in pink. Then lastly, we have a bracket piece. Very basic. Now let's get on to the new pieces in this set. So within this set, we don't get a lot as far as new pieces, but which ones we do, they are very interesting. First one we have is Emmett's hair. This is a new piece for 2014 and is only featured so far with the character Emmett from the Lego Movie. You can recognize his hair from other ones because it has this little kind of a curl piece. I'm not sure exactly what this part is, but a little hair sticking up out of his side. You can also recognize it by some of the grooves in the front of his hair. Very nice looking hair piece. Works well with minifigures. Next one we have is the piece of resistance. This is a unique piece for 2014 and is featured in the Lego Movie series as well. This one has the ability to attach pieces on this side, so when we see it in the set, you'll see we can attach it to the bracket. This piece stands 2 bricks tall and can, also work on the bottom and on the top. Since this is going to be a post-movie review, you probably know by now, but the piece of resistance is the Kraggles cap. On the glue cap for a crazy glue container, it's rectangular like this. So when you see it in the movie, it actually looks just like that. I do like how Lego made an adaptation of that piece. Next one we have is Wild Style's hair. This is a unique mold and also a unique color for the hair. We get the little curl on the side, and it's featured in just about almost every version of Wild Style except for one. I think one version from the Melting Room set. And every version does have the same streaks of blue and pink in her hair. Same way. And lastly, we have one more piece after that. Second to lastly, we have Unikitty's tail. I really want to see this being reused in the Lego sets, because this is a unique tail piece. It's about 2 bricks high, maybe a little bit less than that. And you can see it only just fits on this part on the inside. It's kind of sturdy as far as how it's attached. You'll see it better on Unikitty herself. And last but not least, we have one of the reasons the flexible mold pieces in here. We have the hood. This is the cheapest way to get it in any of the Lego Movie sets, and it's a very nice piece. Fits around the neck of a minifigure before you put the head on, and has this detail that makes it look like the hood is flapped down. It's also very square, so it fits with the minifigure torso, and it is a flexible plastic, so you can bend it a little bit this way and that way. Now let's get on to our minifigures. The first minifigure we have is Executron. Some people pronounce it Executron because he's an executive, therefore a businessman. But some have also pronounced it Executron, which would mean more of like an executioner, and I don't think that's the proper way it's portrayed in the movie as well as in the set. This is just your business minifigure. There are many of them found in the Lego movie, so that's actually one thing I don't like about this set. This is the only way you can get him in the entire Lego movie theme. No other set has this figure. So if you wanted to build up the business area of Lloyd Business's world, you would have to buy this set multiple times. Not that it's not a bad set to buy, but to buy it just for that figure makes it very, very not great, basically. So we have a basic suit with him. As far as I know, it is a unique suit. It does not have any printing on the back of it. We have the classic hairpiece that's been used more recently with figures such as Clark Kent, the special edition Clark Kent. Some other minifigures in between have used this. He has regular gray hands, but his face is chrome. If you take a closer look, you can see the chrome gleaming off of his face, and it is a same in the back. He does not have any back printing, but he just has a cool looking sunglasses and an open mouth. And he's out to find Emmett. So here we have Emmett, our main character. This version of Emmett is only unique in his facial printing, but also includes another piece. So we'll just skip over the main details. It's very unique. It's not unique. It's very common with Emmett figures, so it's not that hard to find him. You can see his face is different. This is also available in the Piece of Resistance polybag. He has the smiling face on one side, and on the back side, he has a nervous looking face. The back details are also the same on this figure compared to other ones. The Piece of Resistance is the same, and the bracket is the same. He also includes in this set, as part of the instructions, you have to put this piece on. This piece is a tractor, so that Bad Cop can find him in Cloud Cuckoo Land and destroy him. And here we have Wildstyle. Now, at the time of this recording of this video, this is actually after I've seen the movie, because I got a little bit split up between watching the movie before, doing this review before the movie and after. Just to mention that for the rest of this video, this will be a post-movie review. Then we can have a look at her. It's a basic version of her. We can see in a lot of different sets. She has the same kind of torso printing that we see, but it's a nice graffiti design all around. Her hair streak also goes with that graffiti, and also continues on the back of her. She does have a double-sided face, and here's her angrier face. And I find it actually a little bit odd. This side is pretty much spot on with the direction it's supposed to go in, but if we flip it over and turn it around, it's actually, this one's a little bit off. I've seen that noticed with a couple of different minifigures recently, so I don't know if it always does that, or let me know if it happens to everyone. There's also some of her back printing without the hood on, and you've probably seen the hood piece before because we mentioned it in the new pieces video. So, we'll put that back on. Nice looking figure, good set to get her in. This is actually the cheapest way to get her with this variation. The cheapest way to get her in any set would be the minifigures series, but not with this same outfit. Our next character, and I don't say minifigure because it's a brick-built character, is the Snail. As we saw it on the package, it doesn't really have much as far as features go, but it does have a very nice build to it. Very nice to get, even if you're not a Lego Movie fan, and you just may like these small models. It's a very nice build to it. If you check out the instructions, very clever how they made it on the inside. Basically, they use a pole piece. Just take off this and show you how it looks on the inside on how to build it. It's very rounded, very well designed. It's got some nice bright colors to it, which is good. We do see this in the film. It appears in a few spots in the background of Cloud Cuckoo Land. And we also get those nice 1x1 eyes, which you can move in any direction. We get these on several different sets, and we also have that little bracket piece that holds the eyes on. If you have any movable parts, it's mainly just the antennae. And there's our character. And last but not least, the moment you've all been waiting for, here is Unikitty, the princess of Cloud Cuckoo Land. This is her original form, and basically, probably one of the better forms. This is the cheapest way to get her in any sort of set. She is a brick-built character, probably one of the few main characters that are brick-built in the movie. And just spin her around so you can see her on the other side. Although she has a one-dimensional shape to her, it still makes for, capturing all the details of a unicorn-cat hybrid. As you can see, she has more of the cat face, ears, and a little bit of the legs, but mainly more of like a unicorn body, tail, and horn. We also get a lot of color with her being a pink character, but she also has these very rare-looking colors on the bottom of her feet. As well as she also has the olive... I think it's olive green? No, not olive green. It's a light green color on her neck area. Some people, when they draw her as the actual Lego figure, or they mod it a bit and try to make her look like an actual animal, which is really nice, Lots of fan art for this figure have already been distributed, and it's really cool to look at. Now, you saw before we have the tail, and you can see how well that fits onto the body, because it just has a flat side. So you can just attach it like so. The tail is the same in every set, but it does change color. It just means that it's the same mold. And most of this Unikitty is, well, she's just a happy version of it. She's very joyful, very positive. I'll probably talk more about her personality and such with the LEGO Movie in-depth analysis. Now, you can move her head around in different directions. Although, being on a 1x1 stud, it can flex both ways like this. So you could have her, wagging like that or something like that. Although, it also makes it very fragile. Being on that 1x1 piece is a little bit of a problem for some people. And maybe a little bit harder to move around. Also, if you attach her on certain plates and such, you may get these 1x1 pieces stuck. So just be careful when using Unikitty. She can be fragile, but she's also incredibly adorable. The next part of the set is the Catapult. This is a small cloud structure, the smaller of the two structures in this set, in which you get a little bit of a play feature. This is one of the more main play features of the set, because the rest of them, they're more for looks. This one's actually more for action. Basically, you have these small flower builds that are, all different kinds of colors, kind of rainbowy, even represent like the ones that you see in the LEGO Movie video game. You see lots of rainbow colors and this translucent color. You basically take one of those, you put it on top of this catapult, which is actually made out of a lifeguard hoop, and a couple, unique pieces. It's a nice little catapult for it. I'd like to see more of that from LEGO if possible. You put it on top of there, like so. It just kind of sits in that place, and you can fire it at your enemy, in this case, Executron. Boom! Hit him just right. And he fell over anyways, and he fell over again. Here's a look at it from the back, so you can see the little cheese wedges there, and all these white pieces are made to look like clouds, and it's really nice design, because it's a simple feature, very easy to build, and also, it has a nice charm and color to it, not only with the catapult itself, but also with the cloud shape around it. You probably wouldn't suspect it if you were running through a land of clouds to, come across this weapon. And last but not least, we have the Cloud Cuckoo Palace. Now, being a post-movie review, I don't recall this being in the actual movie. As far as, in Cloud Cuckoo Land, there are lots of different buildings in there, but I don't remember seeing this one. However, towards the end of the movie, spoiler alert, you do get to see this in a box with some other figures. Now, and some other creative things like these. I won't give it too much away, but you'll see it there. And it's kind of prominent, And it shows up for a couple seconds so you can recognize and say, hey, I know that set. So this is actually shown in the movie as it is. Just not exactly in the way that I was anticipating it. I thought it would just be more of a background detail in Cloud Cuckoo Land itself as they travel through it. Now, we do have a couple movable parts to this set. Not much is actually a play feature, unlike the catapult that we had before. A lot of it is, lots of colors to it, lots of round pieces. If you need round plates, lots of them are in this set, especially in this model. We'll take a look around. On the back, there's nothing really special except it shows you how to move the sun back and forth. You can make it as if it's in a rising motion over Cloud Cuckoo Land and bring it all the way down here. So it has a lot of adjustability to that, and I also like this long lance piece that is included in order to make that effect happen. We haven't seen that in quite a while, and it's nice to see it in this set, as well as the build itself for the sun. But the back doesn't really hold any particular value. It's mainly made, what's it called? Like a flat. You see more of the stuff on the front, and you can play around with that, but in the back of it, it's not really for display purposes. It's more of something you could just push against a wall while you're trying to play. Like those Western flats. So anyways, we do get lots of different areas where we can place minifigures. We can have them chase throughout here if you want to make some kind of game with it, like a hide and seek or something. Although you wouldn't have many places to hide, except maybe that corner. But you do get a lot of archways, and you have this little position up here where Unikitty is shown on the box to be displayed. So I guess that's more of her position where she can see over the Cloud Cuckoo Land. I couldn't really call this a palace though, because like I said, there's not really much depth to it. There's not much that you can really say, that this is a big building. It is big to a minifigure size, but it doesn't have too much dimension in the back. I guess you could try to hide a minifigure back here, but there's really not enough space on a ledge to hide them or peek them through. You could try it, but it's not really made for minifigures to stand on. We do get a couple features in here, and it tries to explain them in the on the box art and in the set. You could spin this piece around, and this piece itself we've seen before with different umbrellas, and I do like the colors involved with that. We also can spin this around, which, as you probably saw before, it's activated by gears. So you just spin the middle gear, and it spins the two on the side. This set is not really made to have a lot of play features like trapdoors or flickfire missiles, and even the catapult is more of a friendly function than, a menacing function, just because of the atmosphere of Cloud Cuckoo Land. It's made to be a happy, joyous, creative place. It's not meant for war and destruction and seriousness. Not to say that war has to be, always serious. In this sense, it's kind of making it playful. So you get that spinning effect. I don't recall seeing that that patterning on that piece in other sets. It may be a relatively new pattern. But we also see there are lots of different cloud pieces that are used on the bottom. You'll get very used to those because this set rests on clouds. And what I also like about this set are not only the colors, and it's got a nice flavor to it, so it brightens up the kind of Lego sets that we get from the movie, as well as in general. We also get these nice 6x6 round plates on the bottom, and they make a quarter of the way around a circle. We also get one on top in that nice beachy color. I can't describe the color too well, but I do recognize it from other sets where it's used for more beach detail. We also get these nice poles that go around, so it presents very much like a Candyland flavor to this set. A very bright and colorful place. I think this would be enjoyable for boys and for girls, especially when they see the Lego movie. It's just a fun place to have. The sun is probably it's a relatively great and easy to build MOC. I didn't expect it to be, such a cool thing, but it really is. And you take the sun off, you can see on the inside how that's made. And it's very clever how they made all the angles for the sun rays to fit well onto the piece. I may not get that on right. Oops. Let's try it one more time. But I do like that effect where it has the sun rising over. And it also kind of ties in with the movie because Vitruvius says, to get to Cloud Cuckoo Land, you have to head for the big, bright thing in the sky, and that's being the sun. So it's a good thing that they include the sun in here. And you have lots of other places where you could fit minifigures or characters and move them around. running through here. Maybe you could have a little chase scene with the Executron trying to chase Emmett, but he's just running through and gets to the catapult and knocks him over. So it does have a lot of play as far as moving around things, and as far as the functions, you know, they kind of lack a bit. There's just a lot of spinning and moving stuff and the catapult. But for $20, this is a very good value, I believe, you know, for all the characters that you're getting, not just minifigures, but also brick-built characters that you get. A very nice way to get them, and a very quick way to get them, because, you know, Emmett can be featured in any set, but as far as this version of Emmett, it's a little bit less seen in sets compared to his other versions, where he's got the big screaming face. Executron, you only get him in this set. Wildstyle, this is the cheapest set to get her with that hood down. Unikitty, this is the cheapest way to get her, and the only way to get her in that variation. The Snail, he only comes in this set. You got lots of colorful pieces which can be implemented to plenty of other uses, not only for LEGO Friends or, you know, girly type stuff, but also, I believe, for other things in general. I mean, definitely what I like about this set is it brightens up the kinds of mood and the kinds of sets that you can get from LEGO. A lot of them are very stern. A lot of them are very, they're not too serious, but they are, you know, trying to be lifelike and very, very, you know, serious toned, I guess. But this one has a lot of bright colors. It's got some surrealism in it. It's got some really nice details, which I'm sure people can find great uses for it. So overall, this is a nice looking set. It's got a great price per piece ratio, a great amount of figures for $20, and characters, and lots of colorful pieces. You probably wouldn't find this many colorful plate pieces, and even some of the more unique ones, in any other sets currently available. So, thanks for watching this video, hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you next time with more LEGO set reviews.